So what I'll do is I'll be generous and I'll let the opposing party ask their question first. Rusty, can you have the time set?
Yes, give me 1 second to grab my phone.
Awesome. Okay, let him grab his phone. Then when he has the timer ready, ask away.
Okay. Yeah, I've come up with a number of questions. Don't really know where to start.
Okay,
Um,
I have the timer
yeah.
too.
Okay, yeah, timer. All right, just start with anyone that you believe is necessary first.
Okay, well, I guess I'll say that I'm of the opinion that nobody deserves to be branded a pedophile over anime girls, especially if those girls don't look super young. I think the majority of people that just accuse me and other anime fans of being pedophiles willy-nilly are in it for really corrupt and selfish reasons. I believe they don't really care about the issue. They just want someone to pick on. And I think that people, for the most part, should just be free to like what they like and not be bullied and attacked over it.
All right. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but I guess I can answer that. Do you feel like that you've been bullied? Like I understand a bit, but it's not the fact that they're anime cartoons. It's the age. I We've told you this many times. We aren't branding you a pedophile outright. It's just red flags.
Well, the thing is, ages and character designs don't always intermix. I've said before that if they looked like obvious children, like they can't even be mistaken for 18, I would get it. But when the characters look like adults and are voiced by adults, act like adults, and they're only like 16, 17 on paper, I don't feel like they should be treated like they were real minors. Real minors get older over time, and these characters, even if the show came out when we were kids, we got older and the characters didn't. And so the time dilation problem is a huge factor that people don't consider.
Okay, well, I do consider it because, all right, I'll give you one example. So, when I was younger, Hinata from Naruto, thought she was pretty cute. All right, but I don't like that version of Hinata. It's the Boruto era adult version Hinata now. Like, do you understand what I mean? It's not
Yeah, there's a number
there's
of characters that, like, if we see get at least get to see them as an adult, I could understand like marking off their younger self. I also agree it's a red flag if someone sexualizes the child version of an adult character or feels more attracted to them the younger they get. But when it's someone like Reimi Sugimoto, we've only seen her at one point in her life, and I feel like the majority of people on your side think that her entire likeness should be just outright banned from being sexualized, romanticized, or seen as an object of affection. And I
okay.
feel like,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but look, Remy's 16. She's clearly 16. That should not be okay whatsoever. All right. I don't know why you would think that, but like she's a minor. She looks like a minor. I don't know how you don't see that.
well, the way I see it, like if you were to age her up, given how since her show premiered, she'd be like into her 20s by now. But y'all are basically saying that we're not even allowed to think she's pretty. We're not allowed to make fan fictions or fan art of her from later in life. In
Okay.
my very fan fiction, she actually does grow older because she doesn't die that night.
Okay. So it's fine. I'm gonna say it's fine if you like the character, if you make fan art of the character. I have no issue with that. The only issue is if you have an obsessive nature towards that character in that minor form, when you have nude edits of that character in the minor form, that's the problem. Um, because in that form, she is 16. She's permanently stuck as a 16-year-old character. It's she's stuck that way. There's no way of aging her up at that point. If you make a story, of course, like she didn't die that night, then as time progresses, she gets older. That's perfectly fine. But I've seen the edits, man. It's she's 16.
And so are the vast majority of anime characters. That's like
Yeah,
the
but
most
that doesn't
common
make it
age.
okay. That doesn't make it okay, man.
But they're lines on a paper. It's inconsequential.
That's not
S-
the point. Still, they still physically look like children.
Not all of them. I mean, there's plenty of 18 and 20-year-olds who have those figures.
Yeah, but sometimes those characters are sometimes in high school, and high schoolers are typically under the age of 18, man.
And I
Um,
don't agree with the idea of treating them as if they are real people, because there's a night and day difference, and fandom seems to think that stick figures are literal children.
um, I would have to disagree on that. It would be more of physical features that define that, uh, and not to mention like where they're at. Like a let's say it's high schooler. Okay, let's bring up high schooler again. Clearly, they're under the age of 18. Okay, that there should not really be any nude edits of that. There should not be an SFW for that. It's creepy in a way. Okay, they're underage. Yeah, I don't care if they're drawn lines or anything like that. It is still drawn child pornography.
Well, by your definition, like I could take a picture of an adult character that's nude, and that character is just one hairstyle away from being considered child porn by your definition. Add Raimi's hair to an adult body, and suddenly it becomes child porn.
What even is that? What? No, 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 no. It's not the hairstyle, man. No, I don't know where he even came up with that. It's the physical features. It's the context of who she is that defines her as underage. She is a high schooler that babysat. Um, I know his name, but Rohan, who babysat Rohan while he was a kid. Those put her like characteristically as a minor. She is in high school. She was babysitting for a neighbor. And it's not the hair, it's also her physical features. She's small. She's petite. Like I
And
don't
and I've known a lot. There's a lot of women who have her body and her proportions and stuff.
yeah, but they're more defined as adults. I can give you another one. Miss Kobayashi, all right? Petite frame, but she is clearly an adult. She works a programming job. She also drinks beer. Like she has multiple different characteristics that define her as an adult, even though she has a slim figure.
Okay,
There
yeah,
are
Raimi
there's
has a few adult characteristics too.
no, she doesn't.
She's
No.
emotionally more mature for her age. She
Uh,
forgot what else. But, but
Okay,
like, are
look.
you saying we're not even allowed to think she's pretty? We're not allowed to consider her a waifu? Like, How far
Oh,
does the ban go?
okay. It's fine to think she's pretty, okay? If you like the look of her, that's fine. That's perfect. But it gets really weird when you consider her a waifu, when you can like make nude edits of her. It's just strange. I don't. You see where I'm coming from with that? It's really weird to consider her a waifu when she is underage, and especially like if the person is over the age of 20 or so, or even above the age of 18. Okay.
And I mean, my my thing is that you can think it's creepy or weird or whatever, but the moment you start bullying or harassing or stalking someone, you've gone too far. These are lines on paper. Whether I make a nude edit of her or Jolene is completely inconsequential. It's just me liking the female form.
Okay, Jolene, there's a difference between Jolene and Remy. Remy's 16, Jolene's 19. They, one's an adult, one's not. Now, if I don't give a damn if you make new edits of Jolene, perfectly fine. She's an adult. Okay. But like when it comes to Remy, it's fucking weird. Okay. It's red flags. And it's not even just that. And I hate to point out your waifu chart, but like I can't even give you the benefit of the doubt that some of these characters look like adults, man. You have Ariel from The Little Mermaid. You have Spider Gwen. These characters are defined as like under the age of 18. They are
And
also
with
just like they physically look young.
But they're not lollies. They all could pass for 18.
No, they do
Like
not. No, no, they cannot
Ariel
pass for
actually
18.
was Ariel was in like her late 20s in the sequel movie and she
Yeah,
barely
okay,
changed.
that's the sequel. I seen your waifu chart. Okay, that is her from the first movie. Now, if it
But
was the second movie, yeah, that's more understandable. She is above the age of the 18. Correct. But on your waifu chart, that is 16-year-old Ariel.
and a lot of people wouldn't be able to tell. I could take a picture of her from the second movie and there's a lot of people who wouldn't be able
She
to
has
tell.
she has more exaggerated lines on her eyes. She has a slightly deeper voice. Those are some characteristics, and not only that, if you look at her, you know, hold on, I'll look up a comparison here. I'll look up a comparison of my own. So I'm gonna look up Ariel, Little Mermaid.
But the one of the big arguments I have as to why waifu lovers should not be compared to pedophiles is most people who find a character like Spider-Gwen or Jinx attractive do not want to go out and bang a 16-year-old. Most of them wish to be with an adult who looks like that. There are a lot of cosplayers in their 20s who've cosplayed all these characters and looked really good doing it. And I feel like there's people who want to call us pedophiles even if we're attracted to a 20-year-old who's dressed like her.
Okay, I again not outright calling you pedophile. I'm saying it's red flags. Red flags. That is what I'm
Well,
clearly saying here, and I don't know
well, that's
why it
well,
keeps
it's been,
flying over
I'm
your head.
I'm I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about like 99% of the people I've dealt with on that side of the issue. They just throw that word around willy-nilly just and and I was going to bring up that someone who truly cares about protecting kids, if they suspect someone of being a pedophile, they would hope that they are wrong about that. But you give these people the good arguments and they'll only double down. They don't really care about the truth. They just want to call people pedophiles and get their rocks off on bullying them.
Okay. All right. Rusty, I feel like we are over time. so I do apologize for that.
No, we're okay. I have just one question, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, I feel like if it's all right with you, Evan, if the moderator can ask you a question.
Yeah, okay.
It's just, do you understand that like when people see these kind of things, like when when Rubber talks about like red flags, like if you're able to sexualize like a minor in a cartoon and you're able to like make nudes of a minor, like it's not hard to like make a leap that you would sexualize like a real minor.
Well, that's a little paranoia, but a lot of that's the view of a lot of like ignorant people and stuff, but some of the real red flags as to who's a pedophile is, do they have narcissistic tendencies? Do they have predatory tendencies? Because the vast majority of registered sex offenders are not weeaboos that are into anime girls. Like,
All right.
but
Okay.
I wanted to.
That's all I had to ask.
Yeah, I can understand just a little bit, but people who do suspect that just need to get educated. They need to realize that just because someone thinks an anime girl is pretty doesn't mean that they're attracted to people her age. Anime girls that age do not look like real 16-year-olds. There's a lot of differences.
Gotcha.
Um, I feel like is everyone satisfied with that?
I am satisfied.
Okay, thank you.
And I wanted to ask another question. If liking an underage character makes someone a pedophile, what are your thoughts on furries and people that sexualize anthropomorphic animal looking girls?
Yeah, again, that is also red flags. If the character or anything that is under the age of 18 looks under the age of 18 and is drawn that way in a sexual manner, it's creepy. It doesn't matter if it's anthropomorphic furries, it doesn't matter if it's cartoon, anime, if it's a drawn form of a naked minor or anything like that, it's creepy. It
Well, I'm
stop.
not talking about if
Stop.
the anthropomorphic girls are underage. I'm talking about if someone finds Lola from Space Jam or Gadget from Rescue Rangers attractive, is it fair to accuse them of being a zoophile just based on that?
Um, I would say they have weird tastes. I don't know about the Go-Go Gadget one, but I do know Lola is of age, so um, it doesn't clearly specifically state that there's zoophilic tendencies. It's just weird tastes. Um, now
Yeah, that
there are certain situations where drawn, let's just say, where drawn situations could lead to zoophilia. There could be some art that could point out zoophilia, but those two I don't feel like. Actually, before I make myself sound stupid, Nick, do you know the other character, the other one that's not Lola Bunny?
No, I do
I
not
mean,
know the Go
Dorothy.
Go Gadget one.
she's the mouse girl from the Rescue Rangers Chippendales. She's a real big fan favorite, and another girl is Amy Rose from Sonic. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, Amy Rose is 12, man. Um, so that's a full stop right there.
so you only
Uh,
care if the Anthro girl is of age. You don't care about her species.
it's not just the species, man. She is underage. She looks underage. And again, like I've said, whether it's anthro, whether it's furry, um, if okay, I'll make it more clear because I'm not making myself clear. If it looks mostly a dog, if it's a dog being put in sexualized situations, like drawn that way, that is red flags for zoophilia. But if it's like Lola Bunny, I don't really care because they're drawn with a lot of human features. They look like humans. Rusty, you see where I'm going with this, right?
Yes. The
Okay,
mouse. I just googled the mouse girl too. Very little. I've never seen this one before. 17, by the way.
okay, thank you.
Oh, it
Um,
says her age. I tried looking that up. It didn't really have it. I just assumed she was in her 20s.
I could be
there's
wrong.
always
It was a quick Google. I'll keep looking really quick.
okay, yeah, you'll keep doing that.
But yeah,
Um,
there's like a lot of furries on DeviantArt. I've seen some really fucked up art of like dog girls being put in really sexual positions, and there's just a lot of users that have those all across their favorites, and it's really fucked up. I don't know
o-
why people find characters with such dog or lizard features so attractive when they look more dog and lizard than human.
okay. Now I'm gonna ask this: how anthro are they? Do they walk on two legs? Are they like Argonians from fucking Skyrim, right? Like Khajiits, like literal.
Or like the blue people from Avatar. Like, I'll
Yes,
admit, they really gave Zoe Saldana's character a lot of appeal. They have a lot of human characteristics, so that
yeah.
shouldn't.
Um, if it looks mostly like a dog, like walks on all fours, barks, whatever, put into sexualized situations. If it's like a horse that isn't anthro and is put into sexualized positions, it is red flags for zoophilia. There's no question about that. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. That's like if they're more animal than human, that is a red flag. But the truth is that very few people in those communities have been caught doing real zoophilia stuff. There's only like a handful of furries that have been exposed as real deal zoophiles. Vast majority of them just like to dress up and make fucked up art and stuff.
Yeah, but in certain situations they do have the tendency to talk about it and expose themselves on a wider margin because they can't handle but to discuss their sick fantasies. And I'm gonna point this out. Please do not take any moral high ground for like people on DeviantArt that makes the content because I have seen your favorites. I have seen your posts, your deviants on your DeviantArt. You favorite a lot of just like underage characters.
Well, none
And
of
it's
them like look super young. Some of them are only like underage on paper,
okay,
but
I'm going to really point this out. In your taste, whatever it's called, a respectful waifu nude edits or some shit like that. Literally, the banner for that is the Equestria girls, all of them naked. They look fucking 14. They all look 14. I don't
well, the
know how they
Equestria
look.
girls are
They're
canonically in late high school, and it never actually says their ages.
okay. Hold on. I'm going to real quick look that up so that I don't look stupid. Okay.
But they are like in late high school by the first movie at the very least. But like most people that are attracted to Equestria girls are not attracted to girls that age. They just wish they had a girlfriend that was like them. They wish they had a girlfriend that was like Fluttershy. They don't they don't like want them at that age.
Okay.
And one
But
of the whole points of Equestria Girls is giving each of them a very vibrant personality and style and stuff.
all right. So again, they are in high school, correct?
Yeah.
What are their physical features by memory? All right. I do know
Uh,
that you know their physical features. Just give
they have
me
colorful hair, colorful skin, big heads, slender bodies, vibrant, stylish clothes.
Okay, what reads as adult? Like, tell me what reads as an adult or anyone close to an adult with those features.
It's hard to describe though. It's just the art style. They're not like super developed, but
Yeah,
like even the
exactly. They're
adults
not
in it
super
aren't. Even
developed.
the adults aren't super developed. Even the adults in the show have similar slender figures,
Okay,
but
but what exaggerates them from looking like an adult? Do they have like lines in their eyes? Do they sound older? Do they
well, the
look
main difference
older?
I've noticed is the lips. The lips on the Equestria girls are just straight lines, and the adults have weird looking lips for some reason.
All right, so I guess fuller lips, I would say, but some of them
And
do have exaggerated exaggerated lines under their eyes in some certain situations. If I'm being
but
correct, or
yeah,
am
I
I
did
not?
think Celestia's human form was kind of a disappointment. It just didn't translate out well.
Okay. Um, okay, that point, it's just getting a little off topic. Um, Not really asking for opinions on the characters themselves. I am just saying, does the adults have certain features that define them as adults? Deeper voice, like I've said. Do they have exaggerated lines under their eyes? Do they look taller? Just like those those
Uh,
characteristics.
but the adults in that franchise are just a little taller. They've got fuller lips. Their jaw lines are a little different, and uh, yeah, that's about
They're
what I can think of.
okay. So I'll look up adults. All right, the adults in there, and I'll check out the features. All right. So just give me 1 second, and I'll see the defining characteristics for that. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. So I did find one. One of them has like a full-on beard and wrinkles on their forehead. All right. So let's see if I could continue here. That's just one adult. That's an obvious one. Okay, a little okay, so while no exaggerated lines, I do see that they do have fuller lips. They have less hmm, all right, yep. They do look older than the Equestria girls. The adults do, I would say. Um they do have features that define them as adults, but not the Equestria girls, not the main cast, and certainly not the characters that are up in that banner of your respectful waifu nude edits. They all look to be 14 to 16 years old.
Well, I
And
don't think that. I think they at
they,
least look like they're like late high school, early college.
okay, so again, they have, they're small, they're petite, they have a slim figure. They do not look like adults. They do not, they do not look anywhere near adult. They do not look late high schooler like they could be possibly 18. No, that is definitively, they look like just children. All right. In
Well, you should see how Apple Bloom and the actual children in that series look. They clearly look they're several feet shorter than them.
okay, but still, those characters that you have on your respectful waifu nude edit banner look underage.
And
Am I
that's your
clear on that?
opinion. Yes,
Okay,
I
yeah.
understand that's how you see it.
Okay, it's an opinion that I have that I do believe that other people will share because normally that's what you would see. You would look at that and think, oh, they are minors. I don't see how you don't see that.
Well,
Um,
but when we're watching the show, we just see them as fellow peers. They don't have the traits that separate them from our age group that much. Like they still kind of act like us. They still like have developed personalities and stuff.
okay,
I don't
so
really see cars in that show, but like they're still kind of acting like adults for the most part,
so
aside
I'm
from going to school.
apologize. I'm going to stop you right there again. All right. So there is a possibility that some minors could be more mature than others. All right. But maturity does not equal age. Okay. Nowhere near that. I don't mind that you relate to these characters one bit, but once it gets to the point where you have like actual nude edits, man, nude edits, naked characters, that's where it becomes a bit of an issue. That's where it becomes a red flag. And that's the
And
point I'm
I'm
trying to get
dismissing your red
across.
flag by letting y'all know that the majority of people who like that are not into real minors. We're not attracted to them because of their age. We see them as older, basically. And
You see, okay,
because they're lines on a paper, we don't we don't equate that to real people. Most people that are simps for Sunset Shimmer or Fluttershy and that, they don't want a real teenager. They just wish they had a girlfriend that was like that.
okay. So I'm going to point out something here. Um, what in the, okay, can you repeat the adult, you see them as adult things or what? Repeat that because
Well,
that,
most fans that are like watching these anime or Equestria girls, we don't like when we're watching it long enough, we don't that part of our brain doesn't register them as children. They're not talking like the kids on Disney's Recess. They are talking like adults, basically. They're talking in a relatable way uh, to the young adult demographic.
okay, if I was to just, chat up Phineas and Ferb for like a good solid year or so, that I'm not going to see them as fucking adults. They sound like children. If I was to, talk to Deku for, how many other fucking years, or just watch the character in general, like for years, I'm not going to see them as like a fully functioning working adult. I'm seeing them as a teenager in high school. There are characteristics. I have watched Naruto, okay? In OG Naruto, they're like 13 years old. Never have I ever thought once in my mind where my brain shut off and think, okay, they're adults. They aren't adults. They are still young kids trying to go through different lessons. There's a reason why a lot of them are kids. They are trying to learn something. They're trying to improve and become adults themselves, but they're still not adults. They're still kids. It doesn't matter how long you've been watching them at all. They are still kids at the end of the fucking day. It, am I clear on that?
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, they're clearly kids. All right. You can watch My Hero for as long as you want. They are still 16 to 17 years old. All right. You can,
And as for
you
that,
can't,
it's just unfair that the show came out like almost a decade ago, and yet Momo is still 16, and
how is
thereby
that
we're not allowed
unfortunate?
to even.
No, no, no. Okay.
Uh,
How is that unfortunate? Tell me.
Well, because like the show came out in English dub, I think 2018, and yet the characters are still the same age, and Momo would be well into her 20s by now if she aged in real time. And because
Okay,
she's
so
permanently 16, we're never allowed to think she's attractive.
again, if you think she looks pretty, okay, I don't care if you think she looks pretty. What steps over the line is like being obsessive or just having nude edits of the character or liking the character in a sexual manner. That's where it steps over there. And I
And
I have reiterated myself multiple times, and you still don't get that.
if you don't approve of somebody making a new drawing of her, what do you think should happen to them?
If I don't approve of it, then I just click off. But when some that one, okay, when that person keeps defending their argument multiple different times and just completely shuts off that brain where it's trying to reason, it's getting to the point where it's frustrating, and I have to literally grab you by the collar and shake you and try to tell you, hey, this shit is weird. It is red flags all over the fucking place. I don't see where you're coming from at all when you try to justify this shit. I don't see it. I see them as minors. I don't get why you don't see how I see it or how anyone else sees it who are literally telling you, hey, it's fucking creepy. It is red flags. All right? I don't get how you don't hear, listen, or reason with the people and understand where we're coming from.
And And I mean, you lay it out pretty well right there, but unfortunately, the vast majority of people online who are on your side have way more extreme views than that. They think not only are you not allowed to be attracted to her, you're not allowed to age her up in any fan art, you're not allowed to be attracted to cosplayers who are dressed as her, even if she's 25. It sounds to me like Momo's whole likeness is just supposed to be vaulted away. Like we're never allowed to be attracted to those traits. It's not just, hey, can you wait till she's older to sexualize her? That's not their demand, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, I know I'm gonna sound like a dick saying this, but did we hurt your feelings? Like how badly did we hurt your feelings? Because
Well, I wouldn't
clearly
really
we were
say hurting feelings. I would just say the majority of you are pests, and y'all are posing as these warriors for protecting children while you, well maybe you personally may not be throwing the word around, but the people behind you are throwing the word pedophile around willy-nilly, making it lose all value, and you're actually hurting the cause.
okay, so very hurt. All right. So I got that noted. So again, like I've said multiple times, a lot of the people aren't just outright saying that. I've seen the comments. I have seen what multiple people said. They don't outright call you a pedophile. They call you fucking weird. They call you creepy. Yes. And myself has said that previously, even said it was red flags. So you've seen my comments before you blocked me. You've seen them. You've seen the comments that are telling you, hey, these are red flags and all that, but you just ignore it and just feel attacked.
Well,
When
because the people that are attacking me are playing the parts of the villains too well. They're not coming at it with reason and understanding. They're just plain on attacking me, acting like the bullies from every horror movie.
all right, sometimes we got to act like a villain to get our fucking point across. Boo hoo. All right, we are trying to explain it to you as multiple times, as nicely as possible, but you keep on doubling down, tripling down, trying to justify this shit. I don't get
Well,
why you
you
get
didn't
our
try to
position.
explain anything nicely until now.
Okay, that is because I had to drag your ass here. All right, and I'm willing to have a civilized conversation. And the more you keep going on and on is just, I don't know. All right. Okay. I had to drag your ass in here by your fucking, I had to drag you by your legs, kicking and screaming just to get your ass here
Well,
and just to have a civil
thing is,
conversation because,
you were acting like you were entitled to a debate. You're not entitled to a debate with anyone. If I come here, it should be of my own volition. I shouldn't be stalked and harassed over it.
yeah, unfortunately, I am entitled to your fucking time because you've wasted a lot of mine trying to
No, I haven't wasted
discuss.
any of your time. I haven't wasted any of your time. Any
All
time
right,
you
if you
spent
didn't
on
waste
me
my
was of
time,
your own volition.
yeah, okay, even if it was on my volition, I'll give you that one. It was on my volition, but it's trying to fucking reason with you and trying to get you to understand that this shit's weird, and you still
And I'm
don't get
sorry
that.
if you think it's weird, but there's a much, much
There should
worse
not be a
stuff on this
sorry
site
that I
than,
think it's weird, man. It's weird. It's not just an opinion. It's a fucking fact.
and
You get that?
the thing about characters is the fact that the artist can change their age at a whim. He could draw just a he can just draw a beautiful grown woman and then say she's 12 one day, say she's 25 the next. That's how fiction works.
Okay, if she looks like a grown woman and just puts that low of an age, then yeah, something's weird with that because that is meant to trick the person. Okay, if they look like a fully functioning adult, yeah, I could see how you would get tricked. But again, like I said, from the examples I've laid out, they look clearly underage, multiple different
Well,
age,
I didn't
and they
think
have
that.
a specific age. And you still don't think that. You still don't think that. And how
Well,
many
the
times have
girls
I
on
told
my
you?
list are sexually mature looking and fully formed. None of them
Okay,
look like prepubescent lollies.
all right, hold on. All right, let me pull out something here. Okay, just you could sit there and wait until I pull out this list. Okay, all right. So in your favorites, all right, you have 66 adult real life women, nude, right? Okay, that's fine. They are adults. Fuck it, they're fine. Now, 105 fictional adults. Again, that's fine. They're fucking adults. I don't give a shit. But then I read this nude fictional minors, 105, and it's still counting. I've seen and watched your shit. It is still counting. And when I read this, youngest nude character Evan's favorite list. Lucy Loud, 8 years old. Fucking explain that.
Lucy from Elfin Lied?
No, Lucy from the Loud House.
Oh, well, I don't watch that. If that's
If you,
sorry, if
okay,
that
but it's in your favorites. It's in your
well, she
favorites.
must have okay, I'll have to go back and look at that.
Then you
That
have Miraculous Ladybug, 13. And I know you know that. I know you know that for sure. Then you also have, let's see. All right. Asuka Langley from Evangelion, 13. She looks 13. And also recent enough for you to remember. All right. And clearly, Remy is old. She's 16. And I don't get it. She looks like a minor, man. And it's very recent enough for you to understand that she looks like a minor. She is a minor, and you draw her nude. You made a subreddit of her. You've you've made multiple different things that is just borderline weird and obsessive.
well, part of that's because of the fan fiction I wrote, and in the fan fiction, she does
I've
get
seen
to
the
grow
fan
up.
fiction, and yeah, okay, I've seen your fan fiction. I'm gonna say this: you draw like absolute shit, like worse than Christian. But Jesus Christ, um, Still, if you obsess over a 16-year-old character that much, where you make a fan fiction, a subreddit, nude edits, have favorites of her all over the goddamn place, that's where it's fucking creepy, right?
Well,
Am I wrong to say that?
that's your opinion. My
My
conscience is
opinion,
clean
right?
because I know she's not a real person. I know she does grow up in my story. I know
In
that
your story, yours, not in the actual story that she's canonically written into. All right.
but the
In
fact that I did age
your
her up when I
story.
had the chance proves that it's not pedophilia. Most of the people that do like these characters tend to age them up when they're making fan porn of them and stuff.
Okay, explain the nude edits where you don't age them up. Like,
I'm
like
just translating them raw from the screen. I'm not thinking about that.
translating, yeah, but that takes time. You have to remove the clothes, and I don't know all about the editing shit, but I know you have to like remove the clothes and have to use tools to spray all that other shit onto it to make a nude edit. It takes time. All right. I would say like if you're really fast and dedicated, about an hour or so to think about that character nude and just drawing her nude, right?
A little bit, yeah, but again,
And
they're just
I'm
lines on the paper, so it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. It's just me unclothing an animated girl. It's just lines on a paper to me, really. I just like the female figure.
okay. All right. Um, yeah, I could tell what kind of figure you go for, but uh, it's still fucking
I
weird,
find
man.
Jolene and Lisa very attractive too. I
They are
I un
adults. That I don't
and
give
I
a shit
un
about that. They look like adults. They are adults. It's fucking clear that they are. Jolene was trialed for murder as an adult. So I know for a fact that she is above the age of 18. And I know Lisa is he's what's his name? Uh Joseph Joestar. I know that that's his I think his mother or grandmother, I forget. I think his
it's his
mother.
mother. Yeah, and
Okay.
when he peeked on her, he didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, that's funny because he didn't know. If it was known that, that would be fucking weird. Um, but those are obviously adults. Remy is obviously a minor. Those those are very key factors here.
And if Raimi did get to grow up in the story, like, do you think she would look much different at 19 than she does now?
I think she would. She would be taller and more developed.
A lot of girls actually stop growing in height at around that age. I think I pretty much stopped growing in height around that age, and since then it's all been just
It's
different
not just
muscle.
height. It's just not height. There's also different physical features that could age up along with you, like bags under your eyes. You could have a more um, a more defined jawline, et cetera, et cetera. You know, those are other characteristics, not height. And look, I'm gonna be real with you. You look like you produce enough estrogen in your body to just like naturally make someone a transsexual. Like I am being serious when I say that. It is you are just like I don't know, man.
So you're
I
saying I
don't.
look like I can't fight?
Well, I'm saying that you look quite you're quite there to just like becoming fully transsexual, just like one surgery away, and that's it. You already have enough estrogen in your body as is.
Well, I'd say you're full of shit on that.
No, I'm totally right about that.
No, that's just your opinion. Most other
All
people
right.
don't think of me like that.
All right. What
Just
do
because
most
I'm not
people
a
think of
just
you?
because I'm not a
Mm.
fat dude with a beard doesn't mean I'm feminine.
There are other characteristics that you have that define that, you know, that make you look feminine, but um,
Just looking healthy.
I mean, looking healthy is fine, but it's just not looking healthy. It's other things about your body that makes you look the way that you do. And yeah, it's pretty sad how life gave you that, but I'll progress on to a different topic so that I don't hurt your feelings too much.
Where is the Owl House picture on the within the lineup? Uh, how
Owl
far?
house picture? The fuck? No. I said loud house, not
Oh
owl.
yeah, Loud House. Yeah.
Loud
Where
house.
is that on?
Um, Look, I've seen it and it's there. I seen it. I even have a screenshot ready. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Right.
see where it is because I've never watched that show. If the character must not look that distinguishable from the adults in it, if I liked
No,
it, I would not
she
have.
is 8 years old. 8 years old. She is clearly a child as well.
Yeah, I definitely would not have liked it if I had known that.
Well, I mean, you liked 13-year-old characters in your favorites. So I wouldn't be surprised to be honest.
And as for Ladybug, I wish the show would allow her to grow up too. It's unfair that they
So
just
you could
make her look
sexualize
super
her next.
pretty. I I just think it's unfair that they make her look that pretty, but then make her that age and keep her at that age. And thing
Yeah,
is, she's
boo-hoo.
voiced by an adult. There's a lot of adults who've cosplayed her. Most people that find Ladybug attractive are not attracted to that age group. They just wish they could have a girl like her.
Um, yeah, again, she is 13, so that would be pretty weird.
Like they
Uh,
wish they had an adult girlfriend who looked like her for the most part.
an adult girlfriend, yes, that, have characteristics that look like a child and other things like that. Again, if they're 18, I don't give a shit, but if they're under that age bracket, it's just weird to think of that way. All right. You can't just think, oh, I wish she was an adult and, I have her or some shit like that. Because you saying she is pretty, okay? You've defined a lot of these characters as pretty. Um, and you've also, what's the term sexually mature, right? Right?
Yeah,
Sexually mature.
they have fully formed looking bodies.
Okay, so on your waifu list, they are sexually mature looking, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna go off that list again. Let me look at that waifu list here, and I'll just read off who I know to be minors. So you just wait here. Have to scroll a little bit to find it. All right, so let's see here. So yeah, right off the bat, Remy, she is 16, should not be seen as sexually mature. Momo, she is 16, should not be seen as sexually mature. Let's see here. We could also add Trish. Trish is 15, should not be looked as sexually mature. Then
I guess
Ariel,
they gave her a real
Terrible.
chiseled, look mature looking design.
Ino
Gambling.
in Shippuden, she's 16. So again, she's also a minor. Toga is a minor as well. Should not be seen as sexual minor. Asuna is also a minor. Should not be sexually seen as sexually mature. Ladybug, yeah, I see a picture of her. She looks underage. Okay, she should not be seen in that light. Spider Gwen, Juno. Oh, look at that, Nagatoro. Remember when you called me a Nagatoro simp? Yeah, yeah. Kind of funny how that works out, right?
Uh, n- I didn't call you a Negatoro simp. I was talking
No,
about
no, no, no,
Negatoro
no,
simp.
no. Yeah, you put me in that category.
No, no. Well, you
Um,
must have misheard me then. I didn't. I put you in the hater category, not. I was talking about that most Nagatoro simps are not pedophiles. They are not the kind of people who would hurt kids. Are you even aware that Nagatoro's voice actress actually posed with a body pillow of her character?
okay, that's just she's the voice actor. Um, that's not weird at all. That's literally just like her posing with a body pillow of the character that she plays at. I could have a
Yeah,
poster.
Nagatoro was wearing a bikini on that body pillow.
Okay, then that is a bit weird. I would say that, but I don't have to scroll too down far in your your respectful waifu nude edits to see that there is a nude edit of Nagatoro. And again, she is 15.
But
So
as for that list, I didn't make any of those pictures. You can't add your
you
own
didn't make
pictures
any of
and list.
those okay, but
Yeah, yeah,
you yourself,
those are other people.
I know there are other people, all right? But all right, the person took the time to scroll through your DeviantArt. You favorited it. Then you took that favorite and put it in a folder specifically for that purpose, right?
Yeah,
You
and
you, you took
basically,
the you took the time to put that in a separate folder.
yeah, at the time I was just so disgusted by the more extreme content on the side. I wanted to sort of complement all the vanilla looking pictures.
Um, I wouldn't call those vanilla per se. Just fucking weird drawings and creepy is more like it, but you can say that. I don't care. Um, all right.
Well, if
Well,
they're not being tied up and bent over and being raped, that's pretty vanilla by the site's standards.
yeah, I've seen some of them
You,
passed out, so I don't know how safe that is. A nude underage character just passed out in general, naked, right?
well, and that's your opinion. I'm
Like,
just trying to
and
explain to you why why that should just be your opinion and why we don't feel like monsters for making those pictures. Because the reason we don't feel like monsters is because they're ultimately lines on a paper at the end of the day. And we know these characters would be like well above 18 if they aged in real time like the rest of us. We know that we're not acting that way towards real girls that age, and we know that when we simp for a character, we wish to be with an adult version of them or be with a cosplayer of them who's like above 18. That's why we
okay,
can do this with a clean conscience.
all right. So you brought up you brought up keyword opinion, and I'm gonna say why it's a keyword. So the reason why this all started is because of your comment under an underflow video. All right. That's how it all started. You commented
Yeah,
under
I was
an
the
underflow
white
video.
Bowser.
Yeah, the white Bowser, and you were just ridiculing people of just, you know, seeing Bowser liking the same kind of content as you do, not Not like the
Well,
more
his
extreme stuff.
stuff was a lot more extreme. His is the kind of content that I was just
Yeah,
bashing
but they're still
earlier.
nude minors, right? They're still nude minors. Am I
Not
not
just
wrong?
not just minors, but like lollies and stuff.
Still, they are minors, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now, with saying that, your opinion is what brought you here, correct? Am I not mistaken?
To a to a degree, but I was just of the opinion that that they shouldn't
Okay,
that
then,
they're
all right, all right. Now,
that
I
they
just
were
wanted a
attacking
simple yes.
Bowser for the wrong
Okay,
reasons, or they weren't
Evan,
defining their
Evan,
reasons well.
Evan, I just wanted a simple yes or no. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, with saying that, next time, all right, next time, and you better listen closely. When you have an opinion that should not be said whatsoever, especially in an underflow video, who keeps track of lolcows and shit like that, who has a community who follow the lolcow space, right? You should probably keep that opinion tucked away in your little fucking pocket. Am I
Yeah, I
clear?
can't disagree with you there.
All right. You should have kept that in your pocket instead of trying to express that opinion, try to, hammer it down, justifying it, doubling down, all that constantly over and over and over and over again. All right. And that's
Okay.
what led you here, right?
Yeah,
Am I not?
crazy series of events.
Yeah, a crazy series of events that you kind of brought up upon yourself that I had to literally drag you kicking and screaming over. Um, but you know, all right. With that being said, I feel like our hour is done, and I know I'm not going to change your fucking opinion. It's
But have I fulfilled my end?
you fulfilled your end. Um,
Okay.
you may leave now.
Okay. And I think if I could come to the compromise that if I tell you that I won't upload any more nude edits of underage characters, will that be a good for you?
Not just uploading. Stop favoriting. Stop sharing your fucking opinion. Okay. Just think to yourself. These are minors. Minors. Get it into your head. Minors. They are not adults. They are minors. All right? Get into your head and stop doing what you're doing because it is red flags. It's extremely concerning. And you better hope to God because you think I know deep in your head that you think I'm crazy. There's a lot more crazy motherfuckers. Okay? I am actually way more generous than you think. You understand that?
Yeah.
All right? You've seen Cyrax community. I know you watched Space Shaman and all that. You understand how far an extreme they can go. Am I clear?
Yeah.
I was at least nice enough to talk this out.
Yeah, that's something I give you. Most people who attack me are not willing to debate for even a minute.
Yeah. So just with that being said, get into your head that those characters that you find sexually mature are minors. Get it into your head. Clear?
Okay.
All right. Well, all right. That's it. You can
O-
leave now.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. All
Well, that
right.
was a doozy, huh?